Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. It is another day. It is still really rainy over here. It hasn't stopped raining much this year over here in the UK. It's pretty miserable, but we are okay because we have Frosthaven. It is during the week. I have a bit rare moment of peace and quiet to myself, so I'm gonna try to progress my Frosthaven campaign. So, last scenario, we finally got into the woods through Raven's Roost. We can now finally do Sacred Soil, which has been a long time coming. I always find this quest a bit weird. It's a starter quest, but often every single campaign I've played through, albeit I haven't played through that many with other people, but every time I played it, this quest always gets stuck, and sometimes players get a bit, I don't know, impatient. Some people don't want to be stuck with the same character for a very long time, whilst other people have moved on to more exciting unlock classes, sometimes even 2 or more unlock classes. So, yeah. But for us, it was actually quite good. I quite enjoy having Deathwalker around. Deathwalker makes many scenarios much easier on +3 because of Deepening Despair, as you guys probably have seen. I've used that over and over again. And Deathwalker has this very unique ability to strike high retaliating range enemies from afar, from outside of line of sight. So we will sorely miss Deathwalker when Deathwalker retires, but I think it's about time. Deathwalker has been with us long enough. Anyway, without further ado, let's just get on with Outpost, and yeah, we'll look to hopefully retire Deathwalker in this mission. So, let's find 62.2, and let's see what the section book has to say today. Am I excited to retire Deathwalker? I don't know. But then I wasn't very excited. I feel like after having played some of these classes for a long period of time, like Blink Blade, even Banner Spear, I think I get quite attached to them. So sometimes it's hard to let go, but sometimes you just have to. Alright, let's read 62.2. If the craftsman is not at least a level 3, I think we're level 3 because we're fully upgraded. Where's craftsman? Level 5, so we're good to go. Then blah blah. Okay, so we just read this and see what it says.
A high nasal voice reaches you at the back of the crater, Frosthaven's recently rebuilt canteen.
I have it! I have it!
This is Pinter Droman, the Outpost's best and only tinkerer, and he's pushing his way through the smoky gloom to find your group at your usual table. When he arrives, you see that Pinter's eyes are raw, and his skin has a waxy shine, which means he hasn't been sleeping again.
The seawater! I have a way around it. Or rather...
Pinter unrolls a scroll of parchment on your table, pushing aside your drink. The parchment shows a diagram of some sort of armored bull.
Through it! In a bathysphere!
The tinkerer goes on to explain that with this bathysphere, you could safely descend deep into the lost sea for short periods of time. But that only solves the problem of the pressure. You still need to avoid freezing.
Oh, I have a plan for that too!
Pinter exclaims, his bleary eye twitching.
All I need is a very powerful heat source.
As luck would have it, Pinter believes you might be able to find such a thing somewhere in the middle of the Radiant Forest.
Well, the whole forest is unfrozen, even in the winter, so something must be heating it. No, I can't be certain what it will look like, but I'm certain it is there. Yes, and with your particular skills, finding it should be no problem.
Back to the forest. It's like the London buses, right? When it comes, always 2 comes at a time. So when we do the forest missions, we tend to do them all, apparently. So 33 gets unlocked. Another mission for us to do. We have so many options now. Where is 33? Am I blind? Or am I blind? I think I'm blind. Why can't I see it? Oh, I see it, of course. Alright, it doesn't have any special requirement. It just gets unlocked. And of course, it is also in the forest. Deep in the forest, it looks like. But we will just do Sacred Soil today, because I want to get Deathwalker retired and roll a new class. So you can go now. Alright, so that was our passage of time. Let's do Outpost. It is summer once again. Still. Not once again, still. 2 more weeks until the end of the second summer, before we move on to winter again. Alright. Let's see what we got today. This is number 6, so let's have a look. Outpost 6, there we go.
A pretentious-looking visitor scolds Captain Olmsted, shouting for all to hear in the barracks yard.
Shameful. Just shameful. Is this how you greet an emissary from the White Oak? It's a wonder you survived this long at all. A condition of this camp.
Outpost, sir.
Captain Olmsted interrupts. The visitor looks flustered, then spots your ragtag group.
And look at these miserable guards. They aren't even wearing standard issue armor.
Option A. Excuse me? We're not guards. We're mercenaries. Option B. Fall in line and pretend to be guards.
Well, we are proud to be mercenaries and we in pretending, so we are definitely taking option A here. Alright, option A it is. Let's read it.
A. The emissary is shot.
What? This outpost is so understaffed, you're forced to supplement the guard with mercenaries? That simply will not do. I'll include it in my reports and see to its supplies arrive promptly.
Captain Olmsted breathes a sigh of relief. The emissary turns to you and presses a bag of coins into your hand.
Thank you for your services. We do appreciate those taking care of our assets, freelancers included.
Alright. We get 15 gold. Let's just drop it off somewhere. I mean, Snowdancer is about to retire. Crashing Tide 2, so I guess we just put it here. Rat Boy can get everything. Well, everyone's soon to be retiring, right? It's gonna just be Rat Boy left. Rat Boy is gonna be the new leader of the Ragtag group. Okay, so that's that. There's a question I've been thinking a lot about, which is, should I attempt Deathwalker's solo mission? Unfortunately, on +3, the solo mission is extremely difficult, and I just don't think we're in the right place. Even though we're level 9, we're actually still missing a few of the more powerful items we could acquire, and some of the other permanent benefit we could potentially obtain in the game. Obviously, I'm not going to go talk about any spoilers, so unfortunately I just don't think we have quite enough pieces of the puzzle to successfully do the +3, and even when I do have everything I need, that scenario is still difficult. You still need a bit of a luck from the monster behavior in order to do it. So, and obviously getting this done is also quite good, which we haven't done. So I think there's a lot of reason to say, unfortunately, I will not be attempting the solo mission like I did with Banner Spear and Blinkblade. I know I've also retired Drifter. Yeah, I've also retired Drifter without doing the solo mission. But that's the nature of playing +3. You don't get to do it all, unfortunately. So I think we're just gonna have to live without seeing this for a while. Maybe once I complete the campaign, I can come back with like the optimal setup and see what that might look like. But yeah, this feels a bit unreachable. I'd need some serious RNG, and I'd probably end up spending like a whole weekend just grinding to see the RNG and getting a recording out, and that's just not fun, and unfortunately I also don't have the time. So there it is. Okay, Outpost is done. Let's look at building ops. Anything to spend here? No gold here, right? No. Should I keep buying materials? I mean, we're not building anything right now, and are we particularly short of anything? We have loads of hides as usual. How's our wood situation looking? Plenty of wood, to be honest. Maybe could use a bit of metal, so let's spend 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. Let's get a couple of metal loaded here and there. Our hide is pretty healthy. Our wood count is not that bad either. Once we retire, we do need to construct more buildings, but I think this is probably okay for now. Anything else to do here? We can't build anything. Our barracks are full, I believe. Yes, so not a whole lot here. Okay, downtime. I don't think we had a level up. No, we did not. 15 XP off. We almost got a mastery in the last video, which is a bit of a shame. I kind of miscalculated, but that's the nature of things. So not a lot to do during downtime other than potentially crafting. Did we pick up any herbs? 2 axnut, okay. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. What can we do with 2 axnut? Not a lot, unfortunately. I think we will keep this as is. I mean, there is an argument for distilling the potions if we're going to be retiring soon, but we can do that after the next mission. We don't need to do it now. Can't really think of anything else. Okay, I guess we could check the shop, right? We do have gold, but I think we're coming up to the limit of what we want to buy now. Yes. Let's sort this. I don't think I'm ever gonna need burst boots, so I'll probably just sell this. So that's what, 12 gold? Yeah, let's just sell it. Burst boot is just not something we want for our crab boy. It is something that's quite useful for another potentially soon to be played class, but let's put it here for now. Okay, so this next mission, Sacred Soil, is a bit of a funny one. Is there anything I want to buy? We did unlock Feather Cloak. Feather Cloak is kind of useful for Snowdancer, who's generating wind all the time, but I actually find Disadvantage Armor better. Even though I feel like that thing is specifically designed for Snowdancer. Healing is nice, but I don't think we really need it right now. We don't. I mean, Cure Potion could be good. Removing a negative effect, we can remove the disarm. So it's potentially a brew, but I think we need Arrowvine, which we do not. Arrowvine always seems to be the bottleneck for every single Frosthaven campaign I play. I don't know if that's deliberate or not. It's just the fact that I don't prioritize looting maybe as much as I should. Anything worth buying? I think that this in the last video, Energizing Baton is a good item to pick up, but I feel like Snowdancer's time is also soon to be done. So maybe not. Can't really see anything too obvious here to purchase. I mean, Robe with Evocation I think is good, but again, I mean, this is quite good for Crab if Crab wants to do a massive combo, but I actually don't think there's anything in particular we need right now. So we seem to have hit a dead end, both in terms of construction progression and item progression, which is something I often experience actually when I play on +3. I think our characters level up so quickly on +3. You get to a point where people are like fully leveled, but then you haven't really progressed prosperity track, and you end up stuck on high level for a long time, which is not the worst problem to have, but it's just a quirk of playing Frosthaven, I guess. Okay, I suppose we can do this. So this is puzzle book page 8 and 9. I might start putting on my video which puzzle book page I'm solving in case anybody is interested. But to solve this puzzle page, well, to solve this half of the puzzle page rather, we actually need to go back to a scenario we did much earlier, which is Glowing Catacomb. Scenario 9. Let's go and find it. So scenario 9 says, when you finish the game, when you finish scenario, read 93.4. So let's grab that as well. There it is. Let's drag that over to the puzzle. So here it says, you look closer and see a number of symbols etched in the wall along the circumference of the device. Starting from the top and going clockwise, you see a skull, a scarab, a triangle, a moon, a star, and anchor. They must mean something, but you don't know exactly what it means. So that actually sort of gives you some hint on how to do this. Even though I still think this is really weird. I definitely remember the first time my group got here, we got kind of confused. Like, what you're supposed to do, it was not obvious at all. Especially given, I think at that point, we probably did also play this mission, but then that was so long ago that we completely forgot they had any relevance to this, and obviously nobody took any notes of this. I kind of wish Frosthaven did like maybe like a little box on a book, so that you know this is a hint, and then at least we can take a picture of it or something. But anyway, we were stuck here for a long time, and people just like abandoned the puzzle book completely. Okay, so what you actually need to do is rotate these cogs such that, I know it's not obvious at all, such that the symbol's facing outwards and there's a number facing inwards. And a long time ago, I feel like, when I did the first puzzle, we figured out that a dot means 1 and a line means 2. So for example, if you rotate the skull here, this will be there. So whatever number is facing inwards is the number you actually need. So in this case, this will become 2 lines will be 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Yeah, 2 lines is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be 7. Maybe I think that's right. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 9, sorry. What am I saying? Right? 2 lines, 4, then 5 dots. So that would be 9. Then they said what? A scarab, a triangle, and the moon. So, how do I do this again? Scarab, 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 scarab. Scarab be there. Wait, kind of. Where do I start again? Start here. Then scarab. Scarab be. Okay, I think you start here, and the first one doesn't give you any number, because skull will be here, and this will be a triangle. Then the scarab will be here, so then the line will give you 2. And then, what's after scarab again? A triangle? Triangle will be here, and the moon will be there, so that'll be nothing. So not you. And then much easier if you actually had this physically in front of you. A moon? The moon's there, so this is 2 dots will be 2, 2 lines will be 4, right? So this is 6. Next one is a star, which gives you this symbol, which is 5, I think. Star will be there, this will be that symbol, yes. That's right, isn't it? That's 2 dots plus 4, yes, 6, and this is 1 dot plus 4, so that's 5. And then finally, what do we have? After the star is an anchor. Anchor goes here, and then there's nothing. So this will be 26.5. And the reason that's how it works, because if you look closely at the sequencing, because you need to have a skull, then a scarab, etc., etc., this is, I believe, the only way that sequence works. It doesn't work any other way. And why do you not go counterclockwise? Because this arrow says goes clockwise. So that's the logic, I guess. But it wasn't obvious to anybody when we first did this. So I would not be, you shouldn't feel bad about it if you can't figure it out yourself. So let's read 26.5. I believe that's right. It would be highly embarrassing if I was wrong, but that's how I remember it works. There we go, page A solution. So there's nothing actually to read here. So I guess let's just put it down here. Page 8, puzzle 4. It's 26.5. The sequencing was skull, scarab, something. Can't remember. Easily forgotten. Scarab, was it like triangle? I think. Triangle. This one was moon. Spelled triangle incorrectly. Moon. This was star. And then it was anchor, I think. And that's that. Okay, so 26.5, nothing to read. If glowing catacombs is complete, read 124.1 now. If Temple of Liberation is complete, which we did not do, so that's actually the other path you could access the clue, I guess. We can read 1, 2. So let's do 124.1 together. See what it has to say. Let's load up on here. Puzzle solution.
Splendid.
Crane says without any hint of irony. You are standing several dozen feet below ground in a nearly lightless crypt, and all around lie piles of recently slain undead.
Really marvelous.
When you return to Crane to make a report on this death site, the Quattrel asked so many questions that you decided it was easier to just show him. 10 minutes down here, and the Quattrel has already pocketed a hunk of stone wall, 2 vials of dirt, a glob of imp residue, a square of matted fur, and a handful of loose teeth. Only once his pockets are bulging with dusty remains does the scholar stop and explain.
These bodies confirm Logren's theory about this place. Now I simply need to repeat her experiment and we'll know for certain.
Crane unties a small storm lantern from his pack and, after adding a dram of odd-smelling oil to the reservoir, lights it. The flame catches and burns an eerie green, and the instant it's lit, several wisps of greenish vapor rise from the stonework and coalesce around the lamp.
There! This is what the researchers were investigating. A divergent energy that lingered. Still lingers, apparently, in certain parts of the north. I'm still working through the notes, but from what I've read, this energy always reacts to the burning of a particular solution, and it always triggers certain
He nods at the pile of undead bodies.
unusual phenomenon.
Crane puts his lamp down, and the green vapor begins to build, swirling around it like a tiny storm.
Logren and her team theorized that the energy was the result of war fought long ago in the north. This crypt lies on one of the major battlegrounds.
The green storm circling his lamp gets bigger by the second.
In order to understand the nature of the energy, we'll need to investigate the other sites. There should be a few more points along the northern coast. I'll give you a set of coordinates for a place to start.
He hands you a note that simply reads 3M, 1L, 7A. You then watch as Crane pulls on a thick, oversized leather glove and, moving quickly, tries to snuff the lamp. However, when he reaches down, the green vapor attacks his gloved hand and tears at it with angry, spectral teeth, tearing out several visible chunks. As soon as the light is out, Crane rips the glove off and flings it to the far corner of the room, where it smolders a greenish smoke.
Satha might be needing a new pair of gloves soon.
I think when I read this, I thought his hand was being torn off. But I think it's just the gloves. Although this does make you feel like he's like his hand is gone, but he doesn't really care. He worry. This is how scary Thassa is, right? I haven't played with Thassa's mercenary pack, so I don't know how good that playable character is, but certainly scary if your hand is gone, but you're still worried about the glove that to be returned to Thassa. Anyway, new scenario, Haunted Vault 17. So we got loads of new scenarios coming out here. Okay, so Haunted Vault is somewhere. It's here. Look at that. So many potential options, so little time. Okay, do not turn the next page in the puzzle book. Instead, write the solution to the next puzzle on the same page. So there is another puzzle here. Let's erase you guys for now, I guess. And this one is actually not that hard because the clue is actually here. 3M1 out of 7A. So we thought it was 31.7 initially. In our simplicity of our minds. But it wasn't. I guess I can see if it leads anywhere, but I'm pretty sure it does not. Yeah, 31.7 does not exist, unfortunately. So we thought it was just 31.7, but it wasn't. But then it didn't take very long for someone in our group to figure out that this is a map coordinate. And we thought, aha, there's some numbers I need to copy here. So 3M is here, nothing. 1L is here, also nothing. And then 7A is here, also nothing. So I think it's kind of funny because a lot of the people I played the first time I played Frosthaven campaign with, a lot the party I played with, a lot of them are actually quite genuinely interested in puzzle games, and I think all of us just found the puzzle book incredibly frustrating. Because none of us wanted to suck up our pride and look it up online, but at the same time, these clues often felt like it made no sense. But actually, they're actually pointing to these ice things. These are the numbers. And I think it's particularly unhelpful if you put number 13 sticker in the wrong place, like on the Tabletop Simulator you have done. If you have covered up this one, you might think this is... Even if you figure out these were numbers, like this could be 4, you actually missed that one because this is actually 5. Yeah, I think it's kind of, I don't know, I don't really like this because depending on where you put the sticker, you could have completely ruined your puzzle solving experience. Anyway, I just think the puzzle book is, I don't like the puzzle book. I know a lot of people don't, but I definitely, for one, do not. So this is 5 actually. Then 1L is 2, so this is 52, and then finally 7A. 52.3 is actually what you're after. I know, what a roundabout way of doing this. I think they could have definitely made some better puzzles. In any case, let's progress it and see what it says.
Does it have to always be so damned cold?
Crane shouts, his voice half stolen by the wind. Honestly, you never thought to ask. You're standing on a seaside cliff, one of the many that line the northern coast. To your right is the biting sea that stretches into a wide, churning horizon, while to your left lie the frozen plains. Each inspires a certain threatening respect, but you're not here for either of them. You're here for the fjords, the long, jagged scars cut through the seaside cliffs, sinking down perhaps 200 feet to the ocean below. At first glance, they appear like any other rocky chute, but when you look near the top of one, you can see several large gouges in the stone that couldn't have been made by any natural force. You told Crane about them back at Frosthaven, and he demanded to see them at once. His enthusiasm has dampened somewhat since then. Grumbling, Crane lights his lamp and, just like last time, several strings of ghostly vapor rise from the ground to collect around it, though this time they are a deep purplish color. They only collect for a moment, and then Crane snuffs the light and nods.
Confirmed,
He says,
and judging by the other markings you found along these cliffs, and the notes left in Project Source, I'd say there was a series of battles up and down this coast. Must have been quite the,
Crane goes quiet for a moment, staring down into the fjord below. Several long seconds pass, and when you ask if he's all right, the Quattrel jumps as if woken from a dream.
What? Of course. Yes, perfectly fine. Just something I read. As I was saying, a series of battles. But there should be another site somewhere up here. One that's quite a bit different than this. Keep searching further to the north and see what you can find. I don't have much direction other than that. Truth be told, I've been avoiding the next section of translation.
His eyes narrow, and his lip curls, exposing sharp teeth.
It's all poetry.
Alright, well, not sure if this is much of a reward, but there it is. PG9, this is puzzle 5, 52.3. Okay, we can now turn to the next page in the puzzle book. I think I'll probably just stop here. Yeah, I think I'll stop here for now instead of solving more puzzles, because you gotta parcel these things out, right? Can't be just solving puzzles all day. Well, at least we progressed 2 more puzzles, and seems like there were some ancient battles that happened here, and it's somewhat disturbing. The spirits around here still. Right, downtime is complete. Let's do construction, but there's nothing to build, right? Yes, we are still stuck on Prosperity 5. So, like I said, we do need to retire some characters, and I think we'll today start with Deathwalker. I don't think I will retire both Deathwalker and Snowdancer at the same time. I would like to ease myself into a new hero before I get rid of the our trusty Snowdancer here. And plus, Snowdancer only recently got to level 9. I do want to maybe play with Snowdancer a little bit more on level 9. So, yeah, we'll just do Deathwalker first, I think. Okay, so what are we doing again? Yes, we are going up to not Raven's Root, Sacred Soil. So let's do a road event. 12, okay. What is 12? Summer Road 12. Let's read it together.
People in Frosthaven tend to be the solitary type, struggling to get by in a world of ice. Imagine your surprise then to see a group of 10 people standing around a donkey on the road. A particularly intoxicated Inox stumbles up to you.
It's the drink, donkey.
He looks back over his shoulder, half to indicate the donkey, and half to confirm the donkey is in fact still there.
It's the best donkey outside of Frosthaven.
He drags you over by the arm to take you on a tour of the donkey's offerings. He points to a barrel hanging off the donkey.
On this side, he's got a barrel of ice wine.
He shows you a matching one on the other side of the donkey.
And on this side, he's got juniper ale. The front side
He points just in case you weren't sure.
is where you put in the donkey food. And the back side...
He leans in close, slurring.
Don't go there, or he'll kick you.
He nods deeply, as though he shared some great secret. Option A. Donate some food to the donkey food side to partake in the 2 drink sides. Option B. Lead these drunks back to the safety of Frosthaven.
Unfortunately, I think this is one where they take you herbs. Take your herbs if you have them. So we do have herbs. So unfortunately, I don't want to give them any herbs. So I think I'm going to go with B. But B is not great either, but it is what it is. We'll suffer the consequences, I suppose. So let's do B, and let's see what it says.
It takes several hours, but you manage to drag these drunks, donkey and all, back to the walls of Frosthaven. The Inox stumbles up to you and, with a hiccup, hands you a few gold coins.
Trouble for my trouble.
He pouts for a moment.
For your trouble of me.
He nods, then joins back up with the group.
Same time next week.
I hope not. The voice acting is pretty good though. So we get 10 collective gold. Let's just give it to Rat Boy here. 10 collective gold. All characters start the next scenario discarding 2 cards. That's bad. I'll have to make... well, I think what I probably do is just write it here so we don't forget. This card 2. Oh. Okay. And we draw another road event. Alright. Let's find a new one. Number 2. Okay. It's rare to see 2 events in a row, but, you know. We'll have it. Hopefully this is one good. Maybe we can recover 2 cards. Never know.
Oh there. A moment of your time.
From just off the path, a weathered Valrath calls for your attention. He approaches you with surprising speed, despite the pack and gear strapped to his back.
Edwin Merlskate, cartographer. You look familiar. Have we met?
Before you can respond, he continues.
I always forget a face, but never forget a trail. I can only cover so much ground, though. Could we compare notes?
He pulls out a scroll and quill, looking up expectantly. Option A. Share notes of your travels. Option B. Ask him about his more notable travels.
I always feel like this character is maybe inspired by the bug in Hollow Nest that gives you the map. But yeah, let's share our notes with Mr. Merlskate here.
Edwin is overjoyed to hear of your travels.
Thank you tremendously. That helps confirm several of the first-hand accounts I've collected. Nearly identical.
Just fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Alright, so what do we get here? We get to mark a box next to each location which we've completed at least one scenario. Okay, well we've definitely done one scenario in the Radiant Forest, that's for sure. I think we've done Copperneck Mountain. Oh yeah, we've done plenty. So that's fine too. Whitefire Woods, I think that's over here. We've done one there. And the last two is the Crystal Fields and the Biting Sea, and I feel like we've done those as well, right? Crystal Fields is here. Yeah, we've done at least one. And then the Biting Sea is here, I think, right? Pretty sure that is the Biting Sea. So yeah, we've done at least one. So all the boxes are ticked. Just double check. I'm pretty sure. Where's the labeling on this? Where's the? I'm pretty sure that. I mean, this is the only sea. So if this is not the Biting Sea, God help me. Radiant Forest, Covnare Mountain, Whitefire Woods, Crystal Fields, and yeah, that has to be the Biting Sea. Wait, what? It's not done this year, right? Have we done Dead Pass? Why do I feel like we've done Dead Pass already? Did I just not mark it by mistake? Oh, maybe it wasn't. It was unmarked when I yeah, I've done Dead Pass. Maybe it was unmarked when I did the campaign transition. Oh, we've definitely done you. Okay, where was I? So yeah, let's move on with you. So so 3 collective gold each for each of the box, and there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 15 gold. Okay, I'll just give it to Trapper, I guess. 42, good number. And then when all boxes check, remove and then add Summer Outpost 42. Okay, 42 is you. You can go in. Can shuffle you, and then you can leave. Removed. Alright, that's a road event done. Let's finally get into 69. Sacred Soil. Okay, first thing first, there are a lot of imps here. Oh dear, I hate these things. I guess, is there any monsters I like in Frosthaven? Don't know. We do have the Rending Drake for the first time as well. I think it's the first time, right? Don't think we fought them before. I mean, obviously this is a old enemy of ours from Gloomhaven days. Anyway, let's have a look. Sacred Soil 2 pip complexity. Scenario is complete when we need into the forest, which we got last time. Right here. So yeah, scenario is complete when all 3 soil samples have been looted, and the games help you track it here, which is quite nice. At the end of that round, read 27.3. So let's read the introduction together, and then we can go into the scenario setup.
More tea?
You sit in the cabin of a local botanist, a Savas named Lysteritus. It holds an iron pot with a cloth and pours you out another steaming herbal draught for you.
Of course, I can't really drink it myself, but I do so love the smell.
You have asked Lysteritus to help study the wood you've been bringing back from your missions for some sign of the great oak. On the table between you is a piece of bark.
Now that looks like oak to me. Divine? I can't tell. But definitely the same type as the great oak in the capital. And you say you found this far from here, near the Radiant Forest. Interesting indeed.
Lysteritus sits and sniffs at its tea, savoring the hint of mint and nutmeg.
I'm confident we'll find a grove of oaks out there, but it may require a bit of legwork. Given how the roots of trees can grow deep and far, I have a plan. Head to the Radiant Forest and gather some soil samples from 3 different regions of the forest. Bring them here, and I should be able to triangulate where the oaks should be.
You finish your tea and then stand to gather your things.
Oh, and be careful. That forest is home to all manner of dangerous creatures. Here, take some more tea with you.
Oh dear. It looks like we're not retiring our Deathwalker after all, because clearly there's another mission to do. So yeah, I mean obviously this thing actually gives you a bit of hint, because when you look at 60, where's 69 here? Somewhere here, you can see there's definitely another mission to go. And there's a calendar event. So once again, I come back to, why is this a starting mission? Yeah, we're gonna be stuck with our guys for a little while. So I don't know. Maybe we should retire Snowdancer first. I feel bad though, because I feel like Snowdancer had just got to level 9. I really would love to play Snowdancer a bit longer, but I don't know. Maybe that's the right thing to do. We do need to build up the outpost more. Oh well. Anyway, let's have a look at the mission first, and I guess we can make a decision about the challenge as well. So, special rules. Whenever any Earth Demon in the scenario dies, instead of a loot token, it drops 1 gold treasure tile. These represent soil samples. So basically, these are our objectives. I'll mark it here, effectively. Whenever any character ends, so all letter hexes A to F represent passage to other rooms. So, these are passages. Whenever any character ends their turn occupying passage, they and any of their summons or tokens within range 2 may be removed from the map to travel through the passage. At the start of each round, before a card selection, all traveling at the end of, if they end their turn, they are removed from the map basically, because they are quote-unquote traveling. At the start of each round, before card selection, all traveling characters must discard 2 cards if able. Then in any order, they're placed in the lettered hex on the other side of the passage they entered, or the closest empty hex. All entered. They entered all their summons and tokens that were removed are placed in viable hexes closest to the character. A and C are 2 sides of the same passage. B and D are 2 sides of the same passage, and E and F are 2 sides of the same passage. No figure can teleport or find focus between rooms. The interesting thing here is, I don't think it prevents you from attacking between rooms. So this room, the strategy for me once again relies on Deathwalker being, sorry. I was thinking maybe Deathwalker can attack between rooms, but of course you need your tokens to be transported to the other room as well. So, never mind. I was thinking, oh, maybe there's a way Deathwalker can just keep nuking the other room from the starting room, but that's not possible. Anyway, so it is a weird, scenario where you have to discard a lot of cards. So longevity is definitely a problem, and we need to be careful there. The first room is definitely a hard room with all these imps. If they curses you too many times, you're gonna end up with quite a lot of problems later on. So we're gonna try to eliminate these guys as much as early as possible, whilst we zone out these guys. Between these two rooms, this is the slightly easier room, this is a slightly harder room. So we probably just do this one first, and then we'll try to get to over here, and then probably just take down the Earth Demon and loot, and then get out of here. So you know that you just need to loot it, you don't necessarily need to even kill all the enemies. So there is that. In terms of loot table, a few herbs, but no arrowine, unfortunately. So not a whole lot for us to look for here. Not even a treasure that we can loot, because these are just these soil samples. Sad times, really sad, because I think the first time I got to this scenario I had the same reaction, which is thinking, I can finally retire my character that I've been carrying on for a long time. But then you realize actually you can't, because this scenario is not the end of it. But okay, maybe we'll just try to retire Snowdancer here. Alright, let's have a look at cards, and then starting location, and then we can close the video here. So, I don't think Inspiring Helmet is too useful here, I'd rather keep this. Scroll of Power could be useful, but maybe muddling an enemy here is also kind of good, because these guys hit pretty hard. Don't know how likely it is our Crab Boy will be doing the combo. Maybe we'll do the combo in the final room, but 2 power potions more than plenty here, I think. Oh, of course we got blinding flurries. You know what? Let's keep a copy on top of each of these rooms, I don't forget. So muddle, 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 muddle. The high pierce is the high shield is a bit annoying, but we have shock, so we're not too worried about that. Items, I think this is fine. I think Nuking Flask is decent. 4 damage could just finish all one of these guys. No, we'll take that. Why not? Okay, cards. Are we doing any more? Gambler? Pauper, Egoist. Egoist? Maybe we can try Gambler, right? Let's try Gambler. I mean, it's not super important whether we do these or not. But might as well do it just for fun. Playing this game mainly for fun, right? Let's put you here. Maybe we can do 2 stacks of battle goals here. Right, let's think about cards. So, Burning Tempest is definitely great. Probably don't need Blinding Vortex in this room. Don't feel like Cold Therapy is what I really want here. Lifting Gust could be a good way of slowing down the Earth Demons, because they are quite annoying. But also, I think Snowdancer just generally suffers from having too many good top actions, so maybe what I actually want is just bringing a decent bottom action, like Whiteout, because we have quite a lot of top actions right now, right? If I think about it, I store more Zephyr Barrier, Blow, Whipping Gale, Snowblind, like all of these are top actions, so I'll probably just bring a decent bottom action. Chilling Impact is a decent bottom action, I feel like, or alternatively I can just bring Whiteout, which just a generic move 3, which move 3 is actually not bad in this scenario. Like, moving forward is decent. So yeah, probably start by just zoning this area off. Or like, and then we can shift over here, try to deal with these guys. So if I zone this area off, then they're gonna have to move around here. Although their move 5 is pretty disgusting, to be honest. Then the Trapper can just build traps and throw at the imps, I suppose. That's one way of doing it. Not 100% sure what the right strategy here is, but like maybe I take Whiteout here instead of Chilling Impact. I don't know. I think both of them have their uses. I I think maybe white tile's good. Just like a move 3, because this narrow is quite long. And I think having a move 3 is probably just quite good here. Okay, what about the crab? We can still do battle goals. Overachiever, wastrel, or shirker. Kill enemy not adjacent to you while you're adjacent to an enemy. Maybe that's possible with some kind of hazardous terrain pulling motion. Because we're going to be next to enemies all the time for sure. There's no door in this, so I don't think I'll be doing wastrel. Okay, cards. We definitely need Shark. Chaotic Refraction is interesting. Not 100% sure I need it. I mean, these guys do hit melee, but these guys do not. So I think I drop Chaotic Refraction this room and we take something else. We don't worry about Pierce because we have plenty of attacks that go through Pierce. But I feel like maybe we just want some top actions. Like Rancid Brine. Alternative, I could just take a regular Mighty Claw attack too. I mean, it's not too exciting, but at least it's a good initiative card. Like, attack 2, target 2 is... I mean, not the worst thing in the world, but maybe Skitter is just a bit better here. Attack 1... It is just attack 1 though. The move 1 is nice, but... I don't know. Either that or Undertow, but I think we got enough shields here. I mean, this is just... What is it? 2 damage here, right? That's not too exciting, I don't think. Rising Flood is not that useful. I think Poison could be good. Right, let's maybe take Rancid Brine here. It's kind of anti-shield, I suppose. And I think we have enough attacks here. So the attacks we do have are what currently? Twilight Grasp. Smashing Torrent. Oh, I actually don't have too many attacks. Getting poison does help Deathwalker. Maybe I just do one more attacks. I don't know. But I feel like this has a bit more utility, right? Getting poison on everyone. It cancels out the heal from the imp. So I think I like that. Okay, here Die Hard, questionable. Weakling, probable. I think we're probably going to be exhausting before anybody else, to be honest. Let's put you up a bit higher, maybe. Okay, let's try Weakling. Also, we need to discard 2 cards, yes. So probably Burning Tempest can go first. Not in there, though. Burning Tempest... Don't really want to discard any of these, but maybe White Wind, like maybe healing a movement, just not that important. We are losing a lot of bottom side action though. Then we're left with like 3 bottom side actions. Oh god, that's kind of annoying. Don't like that at all. So do that. I don't know, maybe we keep one of these? What am I dropping? Zephyr Barrier? Maybe Zephyr Barrier is not super important this rest cycle. Zephyr Barrier is really good though. Maybe Whipping Gale is not that important this rest cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could drink back 1 card anyway, so it's not the end of the world. What about here? Drown Beneath the Waves? There's not a lot of water here. Maybe I can drop Cleansing Swell. I think I need all my attacks. I need to do damage, so maybe Drown Beneath the Waves. Drown Beneath the Waves is really good by bringing a lot of people in, though. Losing 2 cards really sucks. Maybe I just lose Cresting Force? Or maybe Tidal Blast is not that important. It is extra damage for all my rest cycles, but my rest cycles are kind of slow down anyway. Maybe it's not that important. I think getting poison on is just good, so maybe you lose it like this. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Do I want to block some curses? Maybe. Although, to be fair, we'll get a lot of attack out because we have advantage, so maybe that's not super important. Probably just go fast and try to kill many of these as possible early on. Trapper losing 2 cards though is really, really painful, not gonna lie. Okay, Trapper's definitely bringing this in, this mission. Honeypot. Do I want to try my mastery again? I don't think so. Maybe I don't need Honeypot. We're not really healing here. What are we doing? I think what are we doing? What we're doing is throwing traps at people is what we're doing. Do I want spring loaded? It really helps with killing one of these guys early, so probably. Exploding decoy. Dismantle. Dismantle is so important. Dangerous grounds. Proficient hunter is just a nice move 5. Ball catcher is great. All of these are good. It's really hard to know which one to throw. Maybe I don't need Spike Pit. Let's bring Spring Loaded for the imps here. Okay. These are fine, I think. Okay, and then here, Zealot, Executioner, or Exterminator. Have we done Exterminator? We have not. Alright, let's try it. So 1 of each type of enemies. Okay. Sure, we can do that. Okay, cards. We definitely don't want Anger of the Dead. Although that's a decent opening. Wound Everyone is kind of decent against these imps. Do I want that? Or do I just want more shadows on the first round? Like 1, 2, 3. I could reach all 3. Maybe that's not bad, although the imps tend to heal themselves. What's the alternative? Vengeful Storm is also quite good. There's a good flip with Power Potion and with Robe of Evocation. I think this is okay. I don't think I necessarily need to wound everyone on the first round. I just need to do raw damage. That's how we get things down here. Boost of Speed or Crude Boots. I like having crew boots on. Okay, I think that's fine. Then also need to discard 2 cards, of course. We definitely don't need this on the first round. Maybe I don't need Proficient Hunter. I mean, it's just a regen trap. I'm unlikely to play the top half, so not in this mission anyway. Let's do it that way. Here, I guess I can lose a single Shadow Generation card. Maybe I get rid of Vengeful Storm. Keep it like that. It's really annoying to be losing cards like this, but okay. Challenges. So if we do a challenge, we basically retire Snowdancer, right? Healthy Vigor. Each enemy gains a shield while has no negative conditions. Whenever 1 or more negative conditions, whenever any enemy loses 1 or more negative conditions, it suffers a damage. Extra shield for everyone. Don't really like it. Divine Intervention. 3 bless into the enemy's deck. I mean, crit is kind of largely meaningless for us because all of us got armor, so maybe we can do this. I'm definitely not doing Healthy Vigor. That seems too painful. If we do this, then we are basically retiring Snowdancer. Oh dear, I feel like I haven't really played much Snowdancer. So just got Snowdancer to level 9. I also haven't done the solo mission, but the solo mission is basically not doable on +3. Do I want to retire Snowdancer? I really like Snowdancer. But maybe it's time. Maybe it's time we retire the Snowdancer. I mean, we do as much as I like playing the Snowdancer, especially in this party, I think it's time to retire. And otherwise we're just going to be stuck here on prosperity, which is bad. So let's do that. Add 3 bless to the monster's attack modifier deck. Okay, I think we can live with that. It's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so we have less cards, the monster has bless. What a way to start the scenario, right? At least they're all muddled, so maybe they can draw a few bless at the start and get them out of the deck. So I think Deathwalker can just hide in the back. I think we said we'll zone this area out first. So maybe do something like this. Then Crashing Tide can just roll forward here. We do need a turn to set up, but hopefully on the first turn they give us a slightly easier pass. So probably what I do is put up some what's it called? Some things here. I could also just make I could also funnel them down here, potentially. That is an option too. I think I keep this though. But they move so fast. They move 6 on the elite. It's really hard to funnel them. I guess I could try to immobilize them. I guess we'll probably just start with a trap here though, right? Because I guess fighting them on one side is better than fighting them on both sides, because if we zone this off, then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get here. So on the first round, they're definitely not getting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so one of them will be here, one of them will be here. Most likely. So it's very unlikely they're going to hit me the first round if I just put a single thing down here. I guess I could even do that and let Snowdancer put 2 things here. Because it's not super important. Yeah, I could cold snap maybe. Or potentially I could do it this way. Put a trapper behind. Drop a trap there. I could step forward and put some stuff here, and trapper can lay traps here, maybe. And then this way, we just need a small trap like there. Snowdancer can go forward, put up some stuff around here. Then maybe next time we can disarm something. Yeah, I think that's maybe a better plan. And then trapper can build traps and throw at people from back here. Okay, I think that's it. These 2 cards being discarded right off the bat is definitely painful, but I think we'll live with it. And then maybe we'll actually retire Snowdancer this time. Okay, so that's it. Scenario set up. I probably don't have time left today to play, but I will play next time. And I'll hopefully see you guys soon for exciting final mission for Snowdancer. Alright, thanks for watching. Goodbye.